Coming up, the Pentagon shooter was one of those conspiracy theorists who believes 9/11 was an inside job. What will that mean to that movement?
Judge the success of their actions through public opinion, which can be manipulated in very effective ways, creating irresistible incentives for governments to use deception as a standard operating procedure. One of the greatest problems facing humanity today is the deliberate creation of conflict in order to extend the control of a tiny elite who seek to rule the world from the shadows.
Once a star student at San Jose State, 36-year-old John Patrick Bedell, the man who opened fire in front of the Pentagon last week, was a manic-depressive pothead fascinated with conspiracy theories involving 9/11. We still don't know why he shot the 2 Pentagon guards before being shot and killed himself, but we do note that a blog connected to him suggests a criminal enterprise run out of the government could have staged the September 11, 2001 terrorist attacks. And that connection to the so-called 9/11 truthers is making their movement seem even more like a part of the lunatic fringe. But is that fair? Joining Kimberly and me from Austin, Texas, the same town, incidentally, where a tax protester recently crashed his plane into the IRS building, is radio host and a leader of the 9/11 was an inside job movement, Alex Jones. Alex, welcome. The Tea Party people shook off that IRS plane crash incident after a couple of days. Do you think you'll be similarly successful, or will Bedell's misdeeds stick to the 9/11 truther people?
Well, the plane crash guy had been a Democrat and was angry at the government. And this Bedell guy, I mean, look, he had hundreds of different beliefs, and some national polls show half of Americans, 6 of the 10 9/11 commissioners, question the official story. There's a wide spectrum of different debates. 9/11 truth, most people just question the official story, prior knowledge, and other issues. But the bigger question here is, why within 1 hour was national news reporting that the Pentagon shooter was a 9/11 truther? I mean, why is there such a vitriol by the establishment against 9/11 truth? I mean, right here I have ABC News. U.S. military wanted to provoke war with Cuba. U.S. military drafted plans to terrorize U.S. cities, staged terror attacks. We know the Gulf of Tonkin was staged. So we know that governments allow attacks to happen. We know that governments sometimes actually stage attacks. We know that the underwear bomber on Christmas Day, the State Department admits they were ordered by U.S. intelligence to let him on the plane, help him get on the plane. So in a lot of cases, they open the door. That's what 9/11 Truth is saying, is that this is being used to demonize us. So we don't know what the truth is about this guy. I mean, he was into marijuana.
Let's bring Kimberly into the discussion. The guy was into pot and he was a manic depressive. But is Alex overreacting, or is the 9/11 connection relevant?
Right. I think it's an overreaction, but also you're making some very serious allegations against the U.S. government, saying that they stage attacks, they allow them to occur in the United States against U.S. citizens.
Let's declassify.
What? No, what evidence do you have to support any of that?
Well, Gulf of Tonkin is very, very well documented. But
I mean, what are you talking about? Hold on. It's in Army field manuals to stage false flag attacks, declassified 2004. But separately, why within 1 hour were scores of newspapers and TV?
You tell us,
1
Alice,
hour
why do you
after
think?
the shooting,
What's
they
the
were
answer?
demonizing 9/11 truth? Why are they so scared of 9/11 truth? Why did they do that? Within 1 hour, why do they bring 9/11 truth out? Why do they blame the plane crash with Joe Stack on the Tea Parties?
But wait, Alex, wait a second.
Government.
Back up a second and just take a deep breath. Why would he attack the Pentagon? What aspect of his life would make him manifest it with that kind of violence against the Defense Department establishment? Why? Why there? Why not the
Fox
Health
News.
and Human Services Department?
Let me tell you. Here's Fox News. Here's Fox News. His parents, 2 weeks before, warned the government nothing was done. Same thing with the Fort Hood shooter. Same thing with the underwear bomber. I mean, the guy was obviously a complete lunatic. I mean, look at video of the guy. He looks like he's a nut from Central Casting. He obviously had millions of screws loose here. Okay? I mean, maybe he was a lone nut. Maybe he was. The point is to try to, within 1 hour, demonize 9/11 truth. This stinks to high heaven. That's what we cover at Infowars.com, Geraldo, and I'm glad you covered this.
Okay, Alex, we'll continue to stay in touch. Kimberly, thank you. See you tomorrow night.
Thank you.
That's it for us. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you hopefully tomorrow night too. Good night.